want to tell you the story today of opportunity. And I want you to think about it in three different ways. I want you to think about opportunity taken, opportunity resisted, and the warnings of what happens when we're not alert to the opportunities that present themselves. Elijah is saying goodbye to his friend Elisha. He would rather do it alone. He would rather be by himself. His life is coming to an end. He will be taken away. So he says to Elisha, his colleague, he says, "Look, you stay here. You just stay here. You mind everything. I'm going on now. I'll see you later, or we'll see one another sometime, or what we will do. We'll just stay where you are." And Elisha says, No, not doing that. Not doing that at all. I'm going to go with you, and that's all there is to it. And he gets another opportunity. Elijah going to let him off the hook again. He says, No, you can stay here. Don't worry about it. And Elisha says, No, this is not going to happen. I'm staying with you. I've been with you all this time. I'm not turning my back now. I'm going with you. So the two of them journey on to the River Jordan. And at that point, Elijah is taken off into heaven in chariots with horses. He's taken from the world. I don't know about you, but I think Elijah is one of those great Bible characters that if you're going to do a film, he's your man. Drama at every turn with this man's life. Every single thing, storms, wind, fire, earthquakes, taken off into heaven with chariots. This is your man. He's the character that you would like to create in the great realms of Hollywood because it's just so dramatic. Elisha watches him as he goes up into heaven. And then he notices something. Elijah has forgotten his coat. Bit late now. So Elisha takes up his coat. And just to prove that God is with him, he smacks the coat onto the surface of the river. And all of a sudden, the water dries up. And he's able to walk across on dry land. And it's at that moment that Elisha knows that God is with him. He could have stayed at home. He could have decided just to do as he was advised, but no. Elisha takes his opportunity. He takes up the mantle of Elijah and carries on his work. Jesus is on his way to Jerusalem. And unlike many of his co-religionists, Jesus is determined to travel through Samaritan country, as he has done before, and I'm sure he was going to use every opportunity to do so. He sends word ahead to a Samaritan village. I'm on my way. Please organize accommodation and a bit of food and look after us. And the Samaritan villages send back a message saying, "You're not welcome here. We don't want you. You're not like us. You're different. Your religion is different. Your culture is different. Your ethnicity is different. We don't want you here." So Jesus travels on. We don't know if it's another Samaritan village. It's not said. But here's an opportunity for a whole village. Think about this for a minute. An opportunity for a whole village to meet Jesus Christ. And they say no. Don't like Jewish people. Don't like him. Don't like his religion. Don't like where he came from. Don't like his language. don't like his culture, we don't want him. Now, with the best will in the world, everybody, opportunity lost. I wonder, did any of those people in the village ever get a chance to meet with Jesus again? The opportunity was gone. Not only was it gone, but the thing that we pay attention to in this story is, why was it gone? Why was the opportunity gone? Well, it was gone for two very central reasons. Two terrible sins that still infect our world today. Racism and sectarianism. These people had been so veneered by the stories of the past, by the fireside chats, by the wouldn't trust those ones as far as I would throw them. Children being brought up with stories of hostility towards neighbors, and growing into adulthood, they still retain all of that negativity. And a whole opportunity is lost because of racism and sectarianism. Opportunity gained, opportunity lost, warnings about opportunity. Paul writes to the church in Galatia. He's on a subject, is Paul, not for the first time and not the first church to hear it either. He has told them already, in Christ there is neither Jew nor Gentile, bondman nor free, Greek or Roman, male or female. We are all one in Christ Jesus. That is the message. And because he has to say it, you know there's a problem. Isn't that right? If you have to say it, there's a problem. These people are so divided against one another, so judgmental of where people have come from, judging them whether they have had an education, whether they have money, whether they have social status, whether they belong to one race or another, that they're losing the opportunity to promote the message of Christ in the world. Too intent about fighting among themselves to get the job done. And Paul says, don't take your eye off the ball. You know why you are here, and unless you carry out God's will in these matters, you're missing the greatest opportunity in life. We in Ireland don't need any lectures about any of these subjects. We have entertained in the past our narrow-minded view of our neighbours and our friends. We've looked down our nose at people because of where they came from, what schools they attended. We've looked down our nose at where they went on a Sunday morning. We've even looked down our nose at them if they went anywhere at all on a Sunday morning. We've been through the experience, adults in this congregation, of watching our country and our communities torn apart by the judgment of those who see those who are different from them as being suspicious and lacking of our trust. The call to all of us is that these things don't disappear. The racism and the sectarianism that we see in our Bible readings this morning is something that every community falls into and can re-fall into if we're not careful. We've got to understand that God isn't going to see the distinctions we see. We're called to be better than that. We're called to be people who embrace those who are different. We're prepared to embrace those who are bringing different gifts and opportunities to our communities. And each and every day we celebrate the fact that we have so much to learn, and we must be ready to learn it. Opportunity is there for each and every one of us as Christian people this morning. Let us not be distracted by the veneers that have been laid upon our lives, by the stories we have heard, by the suspicions that have been engendered. Let us rather be people who say before God that we love our neighbor as ourselves, because our neighbors make our lives fulfilled and renewed, because each and every one of them is made in the image and likeness of God their Father. Opportunity is there and rests with each of us this morning. Let us adopt it with both hands, not get distracted by what we hear and the insinuations of the past, but lay hold to what is good and real and walk forward in the name of Christ. We are His, everyone is His, and as His children, we find our meaning as we reach one another and find that we have a common Father.